Unfinished business. What does it mean? Is it office work left on the desk for the next day? Is it waiting on someone else to fulfill the end of their bargain? Or is it a dream of what the future may hold? There is no set answer, and the same rings true for the girls of Caribou County. Welcome to girls basketball, where it doesn't matter if you're a fan of the Cardinals of Soda Springs, the Grizzlies of Grace, or the Cowgirls of North Gym. All three share one common bond: unfinished business. And this year, there is a fire inside to make sure nothing is left on the table and that nothing is put off for next season. Girls basketball on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by Monsanto, Hunziker Ford, Silver Star Communication, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. Now sit back and relax and enjoy the season of heart, hustle, and determination as the girls of Soda Springs, Grace, and Bancroft lead it all on the court in search of the titles and dreams which eluded them last season. All on your home for the best of Caribou County athletics.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for. Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Rhiannon Bridges, who is our standout student, a senior at Soda Springs High School, and you're quite involved here at the high school, doing a lot of things around the student body. What's your senior year been like with how busy you've been and with the fact that it's your last year of high school?
It's really chaotic, but to be completely honest, I think it's a little bit easier than my junior year because I got so much schooling done over this summer that there's some classes I don't have to take, and so everything's a little more easygoing. I mean, I still have homework and stuff, and all of my other activities piled on top of one another can be crazy, but I still seem to find the time to do everything.
What are some of the classes that you've been taking this year, and what are some of the ones you really enjoy and really get into?
A few of the classes I've been taking this year, the ones I've taken for a long time, are musical and choir class. Those happen to be my favorites because I love music so much. I'm also doing like the basics like English and math. I don't have a science course right now, and I tutor at the middle school, but yeah, that music is definitely one of my favorites.
Definitely a wide variety of stuff that you get yourself involved in too. Clubs and groups are also something that you have a lot of interest in. What are some of the ones that you've been working in this year?
I've been a member of the dance team, as you may know, since my freshman year in high school, and I am currently still a member of that dance team. And I'm also participating in the Quiz Bowl, or Nerd Bowl, as we call it, this year, again for the second time, and this is my second year in choir as well.
What's it like to keep yourself this busy? Do you like being kind of active throughout the day?
Yes. If I go home on the weekends and I have nothing to do, I get so bored and it drives me nuts. I always have to be doing something, so it's always really nice to have something that just comes right after the next thing so I can just keep going.
The amount of stuff you've been doing also gets you involved with a lot of teachers, both in the classroom and out of the classroom. Who are some of the teachers that you've really enjoyed working with, whether it be in clubs and groups or whether it be in the classroom?
I really like working with my middle school tutor teacher, Mr. Davis. He's a science and building class teacher over at the middle school, and he seems to get me, and he's really okay with what I do, and he's kind of laid back, and he's always telling me, well, if you don't want to do this, you can do this, and that's really nice to be able to, work with somebody that understands.
When you think about how your brain ticks, things that you're interested in just learning, and that obviously comes from some of the classes you're taking and some of the things you do. And that's also going to apply in what you do in college because you're going into physics or astronomy and psychology as well. A lot of different things. What made you choose those as the majors that you want to possibly go into?
Again, it's definitely a lot of learning. Everything just seems so expansive in those categories because there's an endless universe to be discovered, and physics is just how the entire universe works, and then psychology is how the thing in your head works that tells you how everything else works. So I just like to learn how everything works, and I'm looking forward to learning and learning some more, and never having to quit.
The University of Utah is where you're going, but before you go there, you got to wrap up time here at Soda Springs High School. What are things that you enjoy about this school? What are things that make it a pleasure to walk through the door here at Soda Springs High?
Definitely one of the main reasons I enjoy coming to school is the social aspect of it. I just personally seem to get along so well with everybody, like not just, my little select group of friends, which I do have them and I love them dearly, but everybody. I can just walk past people in the hallway and make conversation. It just seems like it's very comfortable here because you know everybody, and it's not like one of those big, huge schools where you walk past a new person every day.
Well, Rhiannon, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us about what life's like here and how your school year's been going, and I wish you the best of luck as you get ready for college and in the future.
Thank you.
This presentation of Caribou County Sports is being brought to you by Arctic Circle. After the game, be sure to grab dessert at Arctic Circle, where they have above-the-rim shakes and malts, as well as the best soft-serve cones in town.
In a word, breastfeeding is amazing.
It's empowering. It's the best thing I can do for my baby.
It's rewarding.
While every mom has a different way of describing breastfeeding, we all need help and encouragement. So know that support is there for you, from your family or from your friends. And at womenshealth.gov/it's only natural.
Breastfeeding. It's only natural.
Mother's love, mother's milk. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm just a kid, and I've got
This presentation of Caribou County Sports is being brought to you by Arctic Circle. After the game, be sure to grab dessert at Arctic Circle, where they have above-the-rim shakes and malts, as well as the best soft-serve cones in town.
In a word, breastfeeding is amazing.
It's empowering. It's the best thing I can do for my baby.
It's rewarding.
While every mom has a different way of describing breastfeeding, we all need help and encouragement.
In a word, breastfeeding is amazing.
It's empowering.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication. When the time comes, you'll want true
Caleb Bergraff joined here on the pregame show with Coach Kimber Hall of the Preston Indians. And, Coach, this season for you, it's kind of getting to know your team a little bit, but it's a young team as well that's kind of getting to know you at the same time. What do you do as a coach when you have to step into a situation like this in the early season when you're trying to feel each other out?
Well, I think with our situation, I'm very new to these girls, and what I'm doing is a lot different than what they've been doing. And so it's kind of a learning process for both the girls and myself. But I think we're adapting to each other, and the girls are enjoying the kind of a change of pace type of basketball that we're playing.
Last year for the Indians, an 11-13 season, not bad, but I think disappointing. Although the team they lost to twice was the Rigby team, and that's nothing you can necessarily say horrible losses to. What's it like taking over this program? What's the attitude been like to this program, knowing that they were on the cusp of trying to be one of those teams that went a long ways?
They're excited. They really are. And I think just because they had a good year last year for the most part, but we want to get back in the opportunity to go to state. Preston has been the state for 7 years. District championship's been many, many years. And so I think just because we're playing a speed up and a pressure type of basketball, the girls are buying into the program. It's just exciting. And it's always fun to work with good athletes, and these kids are good kids.
Looking at tonight's contest, you guys get Soda Springs. This is the only 2A team that you guys are going to be playing on your schedule. But this isn't like a lot of other 2A teams. 14 straight district titles and a very solid program here. What are you looking for from your program tonight when you come against the Cardinals?
I mentioned earlier that I know Coach Schwaneveld. He coached for me years and years ago at Preston. He's got a great program, and what we want to do is to come in here, because I know they have good fan support. We want to just be able to come in here and compete and stay within striking distance, and hopefully have a chance to win here, because not many people come in here and win. And like you say, it's not a normal small school team. He has a great program, and these are good girls. And we played against them last week, and they are very competitive, and he coaches them well. So we just want to do our very best and hang with them.
Looking at your team, only 3 seniors on the team this year, which is kind of rare for a 4A school not to have 4, 5, 6 seniors on a squad. What do those 3 seniors mean to your team, though, and what do they bring to the table?
They mean a lot just in leadership. The Moser girl and the Hall girl will play quite a bit. Josie will play just a little bit, but they are very strong leaders, and they want to go out on a winning note, and they want to have a good program. And so I have to hand it to them, because they've kind of gathered the girls around them and said, hey, we're going to make this season a success. So very happy with their play.
We'll wrap it up with this, Coach Nats. This is your second stint at Preston. You've taken over programs before in the past. How much does your experience help you when you're trying to get a program back up onto its feet?
Well, I think it means a lot. I am older, and I think the girls see my passion for the game, and they've bought into it. They know that we've had success at Skyview when I was there, and we had success at Preston years ago when I was younger. And so they know that it's just not somebody just beginning out with their coaching. It's somebody that has done it before. I've got very good assistants, and so I think I know they have. They've bought into it, and then they want to listen and they want to learn.
Coach, thank you so much for the time. Good luck to your Indians tonight, and hopefully we'll have a great contest to call here tonight.
Thank you very much.
Big thanks to Coach Kimber Hall for joining us on the pregame show. We apologize for a little bit of problems that we had here on our coverage as we were struggling with a couple of technical issues, but everything should be solved now, and we're glad that you're joining us here for this evening's contest between the Preston Indians and the Soda Springs Cardinals. That again was Coach Kimber Hall of the Preston Indians, and we are going to sit down and talk with assistant coach Sage Dixon of the Soda Springs Cardinals on the other side of this break. You're listening to KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, We offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Here to look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of November 10th through the 16th in Soda Springs. Spiral sliced hams are $1.39 a pound. 6-ounce packages of raspberries or blackberries are just $1.99. 24-ounce cans of select varieties of Hunt's pasta sauce are 89 cents each. And 18 counts of Western Family large eggs are $1.59 a pack. That's a look at just some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
Caleb Bergraff joined here with one of the assistant coaches for the Soda Springs girls basketball team. Sage Dixon is kind enough to take some time to talk with us. And Sage, last year was a very good season for this team, but it didn't have the proper ending that I think a lot of people were looking for with how the team played through the year. What does that kind of leave as far as the taste in the mouth of you as a coach? And from your playing experience, what type of taste does that leave in the mouth of a player?
It makes you hungry for sure to get so close and then know you were right there and you didn't play as well as you could. So I think that'll put us further in the season sooner as far as we know where our goal is, we know what direction, we know what this end goal is. You know, some of these girls are coming back and they felt that pain and they know that hurt and they don't want that again.
The majority of the team that was there at that state championship game is coming back with this. You really only lose 2 major seniors from that team. What does that do for you as coaches when you know that the majority of the team is going to be veterans to not only playing basketball at the high school level, but also the state playoffs?
That gives us confidence. You know, I'd like to think that it gives those girls confidence as well. Not that we're going to sit back and, you know, not work as hard as we need to or whatnot. But we know as a coaching staff and the team knows as a team that we know how to get there. We know how to do this. And I think that's a step above other teams, which gives us an advantage.
Practices are just starting up this week, but off-season is always the point in time where players are made and broken. And at a small school, it's kind of tougher to get that off-season workout time because you're focusing on multiple sports, usually with your best athletes. What do you look for when you're seeing the girls for the first time this year after those off-season?
Oh, new weapons. You know, I love when they come in and I can see a new move. Or, you know, they've worked on posting up a little more. Or I can see they're tougher. Or I've seen them in the gym off-season. You know, things like that, that makes me happy because I know that they're thinking about it. And, you know, there are a few girls on the team that aren't multi-sports. Like they've spent this last season getting ready for basketball, which is awesome.
I know a couple of those that really just focused on those, and 2 of those that come to mind automatically are Casey Smith and Kirsten Rasmussen, 2 of the bigger starters from last year's team. How much is their role on this team going to be this year now that they're both upperclassmen?
You know, I thought they had a big role last year for the most part. I think that'll evolve and we'll see what we need them to do, but I don't have any doubt in either of them to step up maybe a little bigger or a little more, but they did a really great job last year.
That's not to take away from any of the other girls on the team either for that. When you think about the girls that you're bringing back and the weapons that you could add to that with the freshman class and the sophomore class that's coming up, where's the potential at for this team this year?
It's a state championship for sure. I think we've been looking forward to, you know, this group coming in. We've been looking forward to this team and we're excited. I'm really excited to see what we can do.
The target, as always, and we'll wrap it up with this, is on the back of the Cardinals from District 5 with the string of 15 straight playoff appearances now with this team. What does that do when you know that everybody's gunning for you? Does it help to have that expectation of knowing that people are trying to upset you?
I think so. Soda Springs in general, I feel like they've done an awesome job of just establishing themselves as, you know, we know how to work and we know how to win. And I think we can look past, okay, we have a target on our back. We have people that want us to lose. Like, we just know how to win and we're not too worried about the target on our back. We just play our best.
Well, Sage, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us, and we'll have a couple more of these conversations, I'm sure, throughout the year, and we'll hopefully talk with some of the girls as well. But we're looking forward to a great season.
Thank you.
That was assistant coach Sage Dixon of the Soda Springs Cardinals. Starting lineups are coming up next, brought to you by Mountain View Dental, where they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family, and want to wish good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
No matter their age, help your children develop into lifelong readers. This is Penny Sear, president of the Idaho Education Association. Reading to your children early and often creates a habit that can last a lifetime. Encourage reading in your home by visiting the library frequently and letting your kids pick out books on subjects that interest them. Feed their natural curiosity with books. Reading is a habit that can spark a lifetime of learning.
A message from the Idaho Education Association.
So, who's going to do what? Flashlights?
Nowhere to be found.
Emergency supply kits?
Not packed.
What about blankets?
We have an old towel.
Cell phones?
May not work.
Emergency water?
Not a drop.
Perfect. We all know where we're meeting if we're separated.
The library. On Jones' house. The bus stop.
And I'll be waiting here wondering where you all are. Great. It sounds like we don't have a plan.
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Caribou County Athletics are being brought to you by Bear River Head Start, where they are now accepting applications for preschool. Call 435-755-0181 and enroll your 3- or 4-year-old children today.
I missed a mortgage payment, but now I'm turning things around. With Sam, I can.
Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money at samican.org.
Business has fallen off at work, but I'm getting prepared for whatever the future holds. With Sam, I can.
Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
Paralyzed Veterans of America, National Service Officers.
We've got an entire generation of men and women who have seen war. They're going to need voices.
Paralyzed Veterans of America represents them.
We're going to make sure that the Veterans Affairs gives them everything that they're entitled to.
Get all the health care they need.
Making a person's house adaptable.
And we also focus on getting them a job.
We help our veterans for free.
Changing lives, building futures. That's Paralyzed Veterans of America. To learn more, visit pva.org. A public service message from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
And there you have the national anthem being performed. Of course, I believe most of you who are listening online missed it, as we just are getting ready for our starting lineups. Here's the Cardinals of Soda Springs open up their season against the 1-0 Preston Indians, who got a win against Burley already this year, 56-43, under returning head coach, not new head coach, Kimber Hall, who coached them for 9 years back in the 80s all the way up until 1996, and in fact helped out with Coach Wade Schwanevelt when he was just coming up over at the home of the Preston Indians. Time for starting lineups as we take a look at the Indians to lead things off. Wearing the dark blue uniforms. Preston written in gold across the front with blue outlined in yellow and gold on the front as well for the numbers. They're going to be led off by Sydney Shelley, a junior at 5'4". 5'8" junior Shaylee Priestley will be following her. It'll be 6' junior Harley Carlisle and 5'7" senior Paige Moser following them, and guard junior 5'4" junior guard, I should say, number 23 Tisha Hobbs coming out as the number 5 starter for them. On the other side for the Soda Springs Cardinals, wearing their new home white uniforms with Cardinals written across the front, outlined in white with a bold black outline around that, and the same with the red numerals in red and white piping down the side, will be led off by freshman 5'7", number 2 Sadie Groning. Number 12 is the returning sophomore, number 5'6", Reagan Yamauchi. Number 13 is 5'7" junior Kat McCullough. Number 15 is 5'6" junior Taylor Myers. And number 24, returning senior, one of only 2 seniors on the Lady Cardinals this year, is 5'10" senior Kirsten Rasmussen, who will be starting things off down in the post. Only 7 true starters for the Soda Springs Cardinals this year. They do have a third bench player who will be coming up off of the bench this year, and Danny Smith as another freshman. Overall, Wade Schwanevelt calls up 2 freshmen, one sophomore, 3 juniors, and 2 seniors to his varsity squad this season. With that, we get set for our opening tip of this evening's ball game between the Soda Springs Cardinals and the Preston Indians, and it is a pleasure to be welcoming you back into the birdcage as the Cardinals student section celebrating Cowboys and Indians on their side, with plenty of them wearing cowboy hats as well as a little stick pony in the bleachers as well. Cardinals will be working from right to left, Preston left to right. As I said, dark blue uniforms for Preston with the Indian logo on the back and dark blue numbers with gold trim. Cardinals in the white and red uniforms on your video screen. For those of you watching online, 8 minutes on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And don't need to. And the Cardinals will win the opening tip, bringing it right to left as Reagan Yamauchi takes the point. Directs a little bit of traffic, calls things out. Patience being shown by the Cardinals. Sadie Groning gets it on the left side wing. Bounce pass into lane, goes off of the foot of Paige Mosier. She's going coast to coast, waits for the defense to fly by, but loses the basketball. And each team will trade turnovers, though Kirsten Rasmussen gets trapped on the baseline, loses the ball, gets it back again, and it's 4 straight turnovers for these two teams to start off the game. 7 minutes and 28 seconds into it. Make it 5 straight as Soda Springs again turns the ball over, going coast to coast and laying it in. Shaylee Priestley for the first basket of the contest, and Preston goes up 2-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard 45 seconds into the game. Sadie Groning with the shot. Airballs one from the left side wing. Too strong. Rebounded by Kat McCullough on the backside, though. Cardinals will swing it over to the left wing. In the corner from the short side. Shot by Taylor Myers. Misses as well. Again, Kat McCullough with the rebound and a jump ball. We'll see it go over to the Preston Indians. And the Lady Indians will take over with 7 minutes and 1 second exactly on the big clocks on either end of the gym. Preston to bring the basketball back forward, pass it to the near side, cross-court skip pass to Shaylee Priestley, misses a layup on the inside. Kirsten Rasmussen with the board down low, gets it up ahead to Yamauchi quickly. She throws one through the lane and into the student section. Too far for Taylor Myers to get the reach of it, and it is a turnover. And the 4th one of the game for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Back the other way comes Preston quickly into the lane. They'll throw it away. Going through the lane, Morgan Hall throws it into the Cardinals defense. Tipped away. Myers comes away with the ball. Yamauchi kicks to Kat McCullough, Her shot short, rebounded inside the paint by Paige Mosier. Back the other way, and an easy layup into the hoop by Morgan Hall this time. Ends up giving Preston a 2-possession lead as they're up 4-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard almost 2 minutes into this ball game. Yamauchi again walking the ball up slowly. An extended 2-3 zone being played by Preston, and Yamauchi's going to draw a foul as Shaylee Priestley gets a little bit too close into her grill and forces the ball back into the hands of the Soda Springs Cardinals on the far side. Yamauchi with the full black leggings and knee pads, kicks the ball to the left side corner. McCullough loses it, gets it back, finds Rasmussen, who puts up a short shot that's rebounded underneath by the 6-footer Carly Carlisle. And back the other way will come Preston. Cardinals still looking to get onto the scoreboard for the first time this year, down 4-0, 2 minutes into the first quarter of play. 5:50 to go, left side, shot put up by Shaylee Priestley, short, airballed. Reagan Yamauchi has the ball, bounce out to her when the rebound, brings it into the paint, pulls up her dribble, steps through, and gets the shot to fall. Beautiful shot as she went underneath the defense, but Preston's not going to give her time to celebrate as they go right back the other way. Into the lane goes Morgan Hall, and she is going to be fouled, and we'll see who this goes on. It's Kirsten Rasmussen picking up the first team foul for the Cardinals, and to the free throw line for a pair is Morgan Hall for the first free throws of the night for either team. 5:33 to go as she steps to the line, right-handed shooter, black Nike shoes below the black knee pads, and fires up the first shot and drops it home. It's a 5-2 lead for Preston here in quarter number 1 in the opening game of the season for the Soda Springs Cardinals as they look to try and get themselves off to the proper start to the season. Next shot up for Morgan Hall. Up this one, bottoms as well. She's 2 for 2, and it's a 6-4-2 lead for the Preston Indians. Yamauchi wearing the number 12, goes to the right side, gets cut off in an extended zone once again. Passes one into the middle, high post, gets underneath Myers, kicks one hard out to Kat McCullough, right side wing for two. No good, and the rebound is tipped into the hands of Tesha Hobbs. She goes up ahead once again to Shaylee Priestley, far side of the court. Ball goes into the backcourt, but was tipped by the Cardinals, and Paige Mosier brings it forward again to the right side. Driving baseline, Morgan Hall cuts off, gets a shot up, ends up missing it, but Harley Carlisle right there with the follow, and the Preston Lady Indians up by 6, biggest lead of the game so far, 3 minutes into it. The Cardinals defense not getting any help from the offense right now, which has been held to just one basket. It'll be Casey Smith bouncing one into the new transfer. Casey Anderson at the free throw line. Up top of the key, 3-ball from Reagan Yamauchi, no good. Off of the backboard, and despite getting the box out, Casey Anderson is going to be out-rebounded by Harley Carlisle, but the Lady Indians will throw the basketball away, and the 4th turnover for Preston will give the Soda Springs Cardinals the basketball back on the near sideline. Rasmussen inbounds it to Yamauchi, and she'll bring it forward, hoping to try and cut into this 8-2 lead for the Indians in the first quarter. To the right side of the top of the key, 2 screens to try and use. Finds Rasmussen instead at the free throw line. Airballs one short. Rebound saved by Anderson, but off of Kat McCullough as she was trying to throw it off Tisha Hobbs on the baseline, and ends up giving it back over to Preston on the airballed shot. Give that as a rebound over to Preston. They'll bring the ball forward. Bounce pass by Carlisle to the left side. They'll swing it all the way to Priestley. Her 3-ball short and rebounded by Yamauchi, who gets her 2nd of the game. She'll take it up herself, lifts the pass, and gets underneath. Casey Smith just able to roll a layup that sat on the front of the rim for a moment before dropping its way through, and the Cardinals get their 4th point of the game. 8-4, and a pass thrown away by the Indians back the other way. Kirsten Rasmussen stepped in the way, and the Indians pick up their 5th turnover as the ball bounces off of an Indian after Rasmussen tried to loft it ahead for a Cardinal, and it goes out of bounds to Soda Springs. Midway through quarter number 1, 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go, and Yamauchi will bring the ball forward. Looks to drive into lane, pulls herself out, lifts it over to Rasmussen on the wing. Loses her dribble as she throws the ball away. No, just kept live as Priestley could not hold on to the steal, but getting her back is Morgan Hall as she does hold on to a steal of her own before dribbling the ball out of bounds and back into the hands of the Soda Springs Cardinals. Soda Springs should be used to this fast pace as they're one that usually likes to run the ball up and down the court, but right now Preston, a team that was a slow-paced team last year and is switching to a faster-paced team, looks to be more used to it, and a double dribble is going to be called as they almost get another turnover, but just able to avoid it because of Morgan Hall grabbing the ball after she dribbled it and putting it down once again. 3:28 to go, and the Cardinals to inbound from the near sideline once more, and Casey Anderson passes it forward to Casey Smith. Smith to the right side, tries to drive into the elbow, picks up her dribble, and she's going to be fouled in the process. Nice to see her trying to drive. She was cut off, but that's something that you want to see from Casey Smith, is her trying to force the ball into the paint a little bit more with her dribble instead of her shot from the outside. Danny Smith checks into the game for the Soda Springs Cardinals. We also mentioned Casey Anderson into the game as the Cardinals playing with an 8-person team. Smith up for 3, steps into it, can't get it from the left side wing. Rebound bounced out to her, and she throws it off of the hands of Reagan Yamauchi, and the 7th turnover of the first quarter for the Cardinals will allow Preston to bring the ball forward. 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go, first quarter of play in an 8-4 ball game. To the left side goes Paige Moser. Back over to her right, picks it up top of the key. Fires a pass to the right side wing. Hall holds it there before going back up top to Moser, who backs it out in between the rings. 2:58 to go, to her right into the paint. Gets cut off and throws a teardrop at the hoop. Can't get it to drop. Danny Smith pulls down the board and is fouled as she hits the ground. Foul will be picked up on the play by Paige Moser. It's her first third-team foul on the Preston Indians, as Yamauchi will take a seat on the bench and Sadie Groning will check back into the game. Sadie, wearing the same number as her sister did, number 2, throws the ball to the near side, and Smith sees that one go through her fingertips. Another turnover by the Soda Springs Cardinals, their 8th of the quarter. 2 minutes and 47 seconds to go as the Cardinals welcoming the 4A Preston Indians into their own home court, down by 4. To the left side goes Mosier with the dribble. Goes to the left where Hall holds the ball, kicks it back to Mosier. To the left of the top of the key, lofts a pass to the right side. Priestley steps into 15 feet. Now they bring the ball back out to the left side wing before centering it back to Mosier. Left side Hall drives in, puts up a little shot, fouled in the bucket. Morgan Hall showing that as a senior she has a few tricks up her sleeve, picks up the foul as Casey Anderson got extended, and she'll step to the line for the third time tonight with 6 points already, looking to make it 7, and it's a 10-4 lead for the Indians already. Up by 6 and trying to make it a 7-point lead. 2:25 left to go. Free throw up off the back iron, but rebounded by the 6'1" Liz Lindhart. Her putback not going to find the bottom of the hoop, and Sadie Groning comes back with the basketball to the left side. Picks up her dribble on the lower block, gets it to Taylor Myers, fires up top of the key. Casey Smith for 3, airballs it out of bounds, and another turnover back to the Preston Indians. The Cardinals really slow out of the gate here. Only 4 points in 6 minutes of play, and Coach Schwaneveld again makes another sub in as Yamauchi and Kat McCullough will check back into the game for the Cardinals. They're going to put a little bit of a full court press on as well. A 1-2-1-1 zone defense all the way forward, and a foul called immediately on Sadie Groning as she trips up. I believe it was Paige Mosier trying to dribble up the court. 2:08 to go as Preston will inbound the basketball, and Mosier takes it on the baseline. On their own side of the court, Preston brings it forward, lofts a pass now on the offensive side. Hall for 3, too strong off the back of the rim. Rebound to Groning as she's able to cut it off before it goes out of bounds and brings it forward quickly. Right side, Kat McCullough goes into the paint. Anderson backing her way in, now flips it to Myers, who loses the ball through the paint. Sadie Groning for 3 from the top of the key, kisses it off the back iron and somehow gets it to drop down. The freshman gets her first bucket of her career, gets it to a 3-point game. Quickly back the other way go the Indians as a shot teardropped off the side of the backboard. Rebounded by Yamauchi behind the back into the lane. Fouled by 3 separate Chiefs or Indians as she hits the deck hard on the lower right block. Foul is going to be picked up by Callie Christensen and goes as her first, the 4th team foul on the Indians. They go Liz Lindhart for the foul, and Yamauchi has a pair of free throws at the line, one of the better shooters for the Cardinals traditionally at the stripe. Fantastic offensive setup getting into the lane to earn her the opportunity as she misses the first free throw. She had to take on pretty much the entire Preston team, went behind her own back as she got into the lane, got penetration, and stepped through the defense to collapse everybody on top of her. See if she can get 1 of 2 here. She missed the first, second free throw up. That one finds the bottom of the net, and the Cardinals get within 2. 10-8 your score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Preston quickly up the court. Lindhart banks one too strong off the side of the rim, and a loose ball foul is going to be called as Taylor Myers hits the deck this time. And now Callie Christensen picks up her first foul, the 15th foul on the Preston Indians with 1:24 to go. Cardinals doing much better in the foul category. 3 team fouls for the Cardinals, 5 for the Indians with 1:23 seconds left to go. And Yamauchi brings the basketball forward. Across the timeline, flies one to McCullough, left side elbow. Gets it to Yamauchi again, top of the key, goes behind the back, tries to step through, loses the ball, and it's going to be picked off again by Preston. 9 turnovers for the Cardinals, and Preston, quick, fast break down the right side, finds Morgan Hall for her 8th point of the game, and it's back to a 4-point lead. She's got 2/3 of the points for the Lady Indians. Yamauchi at half court, goes to her left, finds McCullough on the left side wing. Back up to Yamauchi, looks for the free throw line, now spins around the defender, goes to the right side, Groning for 2, sits on the back of the rim again, but falls off and finds Morgan Hall for the rebound. Preston's going to slow it down a little bit this time as the Cardinals full court press is going to force another turnover. McCullough pulling the ball away. She's fouled by Paige Moser, who tried to make up for throwing the ball into McCullough's hands. And the Cardinals can inbound on the near side after the second foul by Mosier in the game. 16 fouls now on Preston with 7 turnovers for Preston to the 9 for the Cardinals as Soda Springs with 34 seconds to go will play with the ball down 4. And they'll throw it away almost automatically for their 10th turnover of the game. Preston taking some time, bringing it forward. Now goes far side, open. Christensen for 3, airballs it into the hands of Sadie Groning. Getting her 3rd board of the game, comes up the left side. Pulls it out on the wing, crosses over Priestley, pulls the ball back out, finds it to Yamauchi, who goes inside the paint off of Casey Anderson, and again out of bounds, but they're going to say last touch by Preston. I think that's a poor call by the officials there, as I believe Anderson was the one who tipped it out of bounds, but the Cardinals will take it with 10.9 seconds to go. Yamauchi inbounds it right side. McCullough for 3. Count it! Kat McCullough shows her range, fourth different Cardinal to score. And with 3 seconds to go, Hall is going to travel with the basketball near half court as the Indians pushed it, trying to bring it forward. And Soda Springs down by 1 on a little bit of a burst with 2.5 seconds could give themselves a lead. Yamauchi gets the inbounds play. One dribble, gets it to Groning. She'll launch it at the buzzer off the side of the rim and no good. We head to the second quarter of play, 12-11. The Cardinals down by a point on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Caribou County Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by Bear Lake Dental, where their commitment is to provide you with the highest standard of personalized dental care in a gentle, efficient, and professional manner. Call 208-847-0153 to schedule your appointment with Bear Lake Dental.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone. Food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of November 10th through the 16th in Soda Springs. Spiral sliced hams are $1.39 a pound. 6-ounce packages of raspberries or blackberries are just $1.99. 24-ounce cans of select varieties of Hunt's pasta sauce are 89 cents each. And 18 counts of Western Family large eggs are $1.59 a pack. That's a look at just some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, where they trail by 1, but with the ball to start out the second quarter of play. Yamauchi kicks it to the right side corner, gets it back and tries to dribble to her left, is cut off quickly to Smith, who goes into the lane, cut off as she fires one wildly to the hoop, which is rebounded by Lindhart for her second board of the game. Up quickly comes Christensen, puts up a short jumper that ends up going off the backboard into the hands of Rasmussen. She gets it ahead quickly to Yamauchi. Right side, Rasmussen now swings it to McCullough, open for a moment in the corner, gets it back to Yamauchi, but throws it away. 11 turnovers now for the Cardinals as Preston brings the ball forward. Over to the middle of the court, Paige Mosier with the basketball, looks to her right. Yamauchi guarding her outside, gives it off to Hall. Hall throws the ball away, but is picked up on the far side by Christensen, who puts a teardrop up into the hoop, and Callie Christensen finds a 3-point lead for the Preston Indians. 14-11, a minute gone by here in the second quarter of play on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Soda Springs slowing down the pace once again as Yamauchi penetrates the defense, finds Kat McCullough. Another 3-ball, no good from the right side wing. Rebounded by Hall, gets it ahead to Christensen, who slows it down. Now it gives back to Hall, steps inside the 3-point line by a foot and is fouled on the play on the far side wing, and will step to the free throw line for her 4th and 5th free throws of the game. And I believe Rasmussen, the one who got caught sneaking out on her. It is Kirsten who picks up her second foul in the team's 4th. Morgan Hall, 2 for 3 from the free throw line so far this evening, as the Indians, who look to go to 2-0 on the season, taking on the Soda Springs Cardinals for the first time in years. Makes the first one, makes it a 4-point lead, 15-11 with 6 minutes and 43 seconds to go. Cardinal sub Taylor Myers back into the contest, as well as Casey Anderson in the post. Anderson, a transfer from Utah, will rebounded on the far side from her as Taylor Myers were able to get it down, but then throws the ball away, stolen by Liz Lindhart, who puts it up and in, and it's a 6-point lead for Preston, 17-11 on 12 turnovers by the Cardinals, only 7 for the Indians. Yamauchi takes the basketball near the top of the key, 6:25 to go, walks it to her left, now to her right as the trap approaches her out near the top of the key. Swing pass all the way to the far side, cut off. They were trying to get it to Smith. 13 turnovers now for the Cardinals as they go right side. There with the ball is Mosier. She goes around to her left, now trying to cross over McCullough, drives to her right, gets cut off by Myers on the low block before kicking it back up top. Gets it to Mosier again for 3, open, can't get it to go down though. Yamauchi, another rebound for her 4th, brings the ball forward and is going to be fouled by Christensen coming across the timeline with 5 minutes and 57 seconds to go. Christensen picking up her second foul, and that's the team's 7th, meaning 1-and-1 free throws for the Soda Springs Cardinals with 5:57 to go. Yamauchi 1 for 2 from the line, made her last one after missing the first. Gets the basketball here. Needs to make the first to earn a second one and cut into this lead. Toes the line with the right foot. Eyes it. Fires it. And can't knock home the free throw. Rebound tracked down by Preston in the corner, but out of bounds on the line as she does it is Linhart. And the Soda Springs Cardinals will keep possession of the basketball. 17-11, they trail by 6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Taylor Myers launches one cross court. McCullough pump fakes from the three-point line, gets it to Casey Smith, swings it to Myers. Swing pass into the lane. There's Yamauchi who finds McCullough on the right side, on the wing. Can't knock home the bucket though, and back come the Preston Indians. All the way up the court comes Hall before giving it back up top to Mosier. She looks to her right, steps to the elbow before going up top of the key. Jessica Alder airballing a three out of bounds, and back over to the Soda Springs Cardinals it goes. 5 minutes and 32 seconds to go, 17-11. The Cardinals with a 6-point edge to try and overcome as they trail the Preston Indians. Lady Indians from the 4A ranks went 1-2 in their district tournament last year, losing twice to Rigby in the district tournament. This team, though, looking to try and make some extra moves as Rigby moved up to the 5A ranks. For the Soda Springs Cardinals, they took second in the state last year at the 2A level. Casey Smith with the ball, top of the key for the Cardinals. White uniforms with the red trim as a timeout's going to be taken by Coach Wade Schwanevelt. Not happy as he comes up screaming off the bench. Not happy with the way his team has performed. And with the amount of turnovers and the slow offense, you can't blame him right now. We'll take a break with them. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. After a Wade Schwanevelt timeout, the Cardinals still down by 6, but with the basketball, will be looking to try and make some inroads. They've given up a 5-0 run to start off the second quarter in the first 3 minutes. Sadie Groning with the basketball. The freshman bounces it to Yamauchi. She goes up top of the key, throws it to Smith, who can't keep the ball inside the Cardinals side of the court. And it'll be another turnover by the Cardinals, 14 of them now in this first half of play. As Preston inbounds the basketball, and it'll be up to Paige Mosier, the 5'7" senior, to bring the basketball forward to the right side of the paint. She drives, picks up her dribble, has it poked away as she passes it to Hall. Hall checks it down, throws it into Mosier on the right side wing, but is poked out of bounds by a flying Cardinal. I believe Taylor Myers, the one who was diving for the basketball. And Soda Springs will go back on defense as they're the last ones to touch it, but Preston having to reset their offense. Ball passed into play. Will be taken by Mosier. The senior goes to her left, to her right, back to her left, trying to cross over. Yamauchi plays good man-to-man defense as they swing it back around to the top of the key. Priestley gives off to Mosier. Swung to the left side corner, almost picked off by Sadie Groning, but out of bounds back to Preston. Once again, it goes. 4 minutes and 34 seconds left to go, and Preston will bounce the basketball into the backcourt. Brought up by Mosier once again. Yamauchi picks her up in between the circles, gets it in the middle, bound one dribble, and then tied up is Jessica Alder. First jump ball of the game, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, is going to see the possession stay in favor of the Cardinals, and it's not going to be a jump ball. Instead, they're going to call a hold on Casey Anderson, who gets her second foul. Danny Smith will check into the game for her sister Casey, who takes a seat on the bench with 4:26 left to go. Inbounds play from the baseline as Mosier looks to get things started, gets it in, and a quick shot put up too strong by Harley Carlisle. Rebound is going to be fought for and won by Priestley. Up top to Hall, in and out the three-point shot from the top of the key. Rebounded by Danny Smith, and back the other way come the Soda Springs Cardinals. Smith gets it to Groning. The two freshmen playing catch as Groning brings it to her left. Picks up her dribble, finds Myers inside at the free throw line. Down low goes Anderson. Might have gotten away with the travel. Puts up a shot, blocked away, but Myers with the rebound puts it up and in, and the Cardinals are within 4. 17-13, they trail on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Quickly back the other way come the Indians, as being denied on the inside of the paint is Shaylee Priestley. Rebound goes away to Casey Anderson, who fires it up quickly. 3-ball up from Groning. Sadie can't knock the shot down, and on the backside, a rebound by the Indians is going to be pulled in by Morgan Hall, who is fouled as she hits the deck. And they'll pick up Taylor Myers with her first foul and the 6th on Soda Springs. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Cardinals down by 4 as the Indians retain possession of the basketball after the rebound, and it'll be up to Mosier to bring the basketball forward. Mosier has not come off the court yet from what I've seen. All the way to the far side, bounce pass through the lane, taken by Priestley. She puts up a fadeaway from 15 to the left of the top of the key, and Priestley knocks home her second basket of the game. 19-13, Cards down by 6 as Yamauchi brings it around to the right side. Back up to the top of the key now, near half court. Swings it to Myers, who is going to be double-teamed. Finds Yamauchi, able to step into a three-pointer, but it's too strong off the side of the rim. Rebound pulled in by Hall, then smartly thrown off of the feet of Danny Smith, and out of bounds as Preston again will get to possession of the basketball. Hall, a very smart player, as are the 3 seniors for this Preston team, and we were talking about that with Coach Kimber Hall about the strengths of this Indians team, and he said those 3 seniors are definitely ones he relies on. Quick shot by Hall from the right side of the paint is going to miss. Rebound pulled in by Groning, and she throws it off of the Indians, returning the favor, and back the other way can come the Cardinals as Groning will bring the ball forward. 2:55 to go here, second quarter of play, 19-13. The Cardinals down by 6 to the Indians on their home court. Myers with the basketball, looks to her right, now spins back to her left, swings the pass to Groning. She looks post, now finds the free throw line where the ball's poked away from Yamauchi, then goes out of bounds, and the Cardinals can keep the ball as the last person to touch it was Tesha Hobbs. 2:38 now. Danny Smith gets the ball to Yamauchi as Reagan looks inside the paint. Swings a pass to Groning. She goes to the elbow. Taken there by Myers. They're able to avoid getting tied up on the jump ball, and the foul will be called on Preston. And Harley Carlisle's the big 6-footer wrapped up the Soda Springs junior. And Taylor Myers will step to the free throw line for 1-and-1 free throws once again, as that's 8 on the Preston Indians. First one by Myers, no good. Rebound all the way off to Yamauchi, who's able to track it down, goes across the lane to Sadie Groning. She finds Myers, fadeaway hook shot from the paint, and Taylor's got 4 points. The Cardinals are back within 4, 19-15. 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Onto the baseline goes Hall, kicks it to the top of the free throw line, swung all the way to Priestley, who's long on a jumper from 19 feet. Second put back by Hall is no good, and a foul's going to be called underneath the basket on the try for the next rebound. Goes against the Cardinals and Danny Smith. Danny picks up her first foul, 7th on the team, into the free throw line for a pair of free throws. Goes Tisha Hobbs. 1-and-1. First free throw of the 1-and-1, no good off the back of the rim. Rebound goes to Rasmussen. She gets her third of the game and gives up ahead to Sadie Groning as the freshman will slow the pace down. Goes to her right, hesitates, into the paint, picks up her dribble at the elbow, throws the ball to Myers, almost picked off by the Indians. Now back to Groning. She goes into the paint, tries to thread a needle, picked off by the Indians and thrown off of the Cardinals, but they're going to say off of the Indians instead. And Preston will see the Cardinals keep possession of the basketball with 1:49 left to go. Right side of the paint, Myers looking to inbound the basketball on the left side of the court. Ball inbounded, it'll be Rasmussen from 18 feet, no good. Rebound into the hands of Groning. Sadie loses her dribble, picks it back up, finds the ball again on the near side, and Yamauchi brings the basketball out to the near side. Cardinals go to the right side, and now they throw the ball away. Yamauchi trying to find Sadie Groning, and with 1:35 to go, they pick up their 15th turnover of the contest. 1:35 left to go, 19-15. The Cardinals down by 4. Soda Springs in their first game of the season. They'll be taking on a county rival in Grace next week, or on the weekend, I should say, on Saturday. But here they have their hands full against the Preston Indians, although Preston gives them another gift, turning the ball over immediately on the inbounds play as there was a travel called on the wing, and Soda Springs will get to bring it back forward. Right to left they move as Sadie Groning will walk the ball forward. 1:24 seconds left to go. In between the rings, Groning goes to her right, finds the wing, picks up her dribble, now lofts a pass to the near side. Kat McCullough holds it there. Cross-court pass back to Groning, open from 16. That's bottoms. Sadie Groning with 5 points now, leads all scores for the Cardinals, and they're within 2. 19-17. They've still been outscored by 1 in the quarter, though, as Preston brings the ball forward to the right side. Quick jumper up from Hall. No good. Rebound pulled in by the Indians twice. Make it a third time underneath, and a call on the baseline turns it back over to the Cardinals. Hobbs and Liz Lindhart both pulling in rebounds, but Preston unable to find themselves an open space. Gives it back to Soda Springs with under a minute left to play. Sadie Groning to bring the ball forward again for Soda Springs. Red 2 on her back, shining towards us as she dribbles away and throws the ball off of the foot of Mosier, and the Cardinals will keep possession. Bounce pass goes in. Groning holds the ball near half court, goes to her left with the right-hand dribble, now passes it off to McCullough. Swing pass to the right side. Danny Smith tries to get into the paint, finds an open McCullough who pump fakes, steps up, finds Groning, is quickly closed on the top of the key. Another pass over to McCullough. This time she's open, puts up a jumper, no good, rebounded by Danny Smith. Her put back short. The rebound pulled in again by Rasmussen this time, and the Cardinals will throw it away as Preston takes it up the court. Mosier to the hoop, lays it up, fouled on the way to the basket. And Soda Springs will watch as Paige Mosier steps to the line for 2 free throws after another foul on the Soda Springs Cardinals. Cardinals doing a fantastic job rebounding the basketball so far in this game. Points have just not been coming from it. Danny Smith picks up her second foul of the game. As to the free throw line goes Mosier for the first time this evening. First free throw, in and out, no good. 19-17, the score stays frozen at a 2-point lead for Preston. 16.1 seconds to go here, first half of play. We'll invite you to stick around for our Bear Lake Drug halftime show. We'll go over the first half stats as well as give you looks at what these two teams might need to do in the second half. But first, Mosier puts up the second free throw. That one does find the bottom of the net. Preston 2 for 5 here in the second quarter of play. 17-20 with 14 seconds to go. Cardinals trailing by 3 points. McCullough to the right side, finds Groning. She holds it in the corner. Double team there as the zone defense trapping around her. 4 Preston Indians on the same side of the court as the buzzer gets ready to sound. McCullough throws up a shot as the horn goes off, and the Cardinals will see the score remain at 20-17 as Preston outscores them by a pair in the first half of play, or in the second quarter of play by 3 in the first half of play, and the Cardinals looking for answers when they come out of the break. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with your Bear Lake Drug halftime show on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Sports is being brought to you by Arctic Circle. After the game, be sure to grab dessert at Arctic Circle, where they have above-the-rim shakes and malts, as well as the best soft-serve cones in town.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, where they trailed the Preston Indians, 20-17 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Take a look at our first half highlights, brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance, where right now they carry the best brands, including Lazy Boy, Amana, Maytag, and more. That's Sanders Furniture and Appliance, making your house a home. As for the Preston Indians, they've been led by Morgan Hall, the senior, with 9 points and 5 rebounds, has been leading the way. She's 3 of 5 from the free throw line with 3 field goals as well. 4 points for Shaylee Priestley. The junior has been doing her part as one of the other point guards who's been taking a lot of the roles. After that, the rest of the 7 points have been split up evenly between 4 different players. Harley Carlisle, Callie Christensen, and Liz Lindhart with 2 points each, and 1 point for Paige Mosier. 5 rebounds for Morgan Hall leading the team, as I said. 3 rebounds for Carlisle, 3 for Hobbs, and 3 for Lindhart. 16 total rebounds for the Preston Indians with 9 turnovers. On the other side, for the Soda Springs Cardinals, only 5 players have been able to score so far. Sadie Groning having a fantastic debut for the Cardinals high school team. 5 points and 5 rebounds for the freshman as she leads in both categories for the team. Reagan Yamauchi with 3 points and 5 rebounds. Kat McCullough, 3 points and 2 rebounds. 4 points and 2 rebounds for Taylor Myers, and 2 points and 1 rebound for Casey Smith. 23 total rebounds for the Cardinals. A lot of those offensive rebounds, as they've really been doing a good job of stacking it up into the paint and getting a lot of players down low, but they have not been able to take advantage of those extra chance shots that they've been getting. 1 for 4 from the free throw line, and that's one of the other things that they've been struggling with, is finding ways in order to get themselves to the line. The officials letting these two teams play, and the Cardinals have not been finding ways to get fouled, as those 4 free throws, not something that you're used to seeing with the Soda Springs team. Rebounds-wise, again, 23 rebounds, but 16 turnovers, another problem for the Cardinals, as the majority of those, 10 of those, came in the first half of play for Soda Springs, and that has just been something that they have to work on fixing and correcting if they want to be able to come away with a win here this evening. That's your highlights for the first half, brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance in Soda Springs. We'll be back after this with the second half of your Bear Lake Drug Halftime Show on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
I thought I was too old.
I thought I was too young.
I didn't think I had what it takes.
How'd I find the time?
I went into a music store and tried some percussion. Keyboard,
guitar,
bass,
ukulele.
And before I knew it,
I could actually play a song.
why make excuses when you can make music? Just play. This message brought to you by the NAM Foundation.
No matter their age, help your children develop into lifelong readers. This is Penny Sear, President of the Idaho Education Association. Reading to your children early and often creates a habit that can last a lifetime. Encourage reading in your home by visiting the library frequently and letting your kids pick out books on subjects that interest them. Feed their natural curiosity with books. Reading is a habit that can spark a lifetime of learning.
A message from the Idaho Education Association.
Welcome back out here to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals in your Bear Lake Drug halftime show. Being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, where they have everything you need to get better quick and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. Give them a call at 208-847-1421. The Soda Springs Cardinals trailing 20-17 to the Preston Indians after one half of play. And for the Soda Springs Cardinals, a lot of stuff that they need to work on. But the biggest thing, I think, really has to be movement when you do not have the ball. That was something I noticed they struggled with in the scrimmage when they took on Preston and in the scrimmage against Rockland, is they don't move well without the ball. They also need to be better at not committing turnovers and finishing their shots on the inside. The layups have not been something that have been falling easily for the Cardinals so far this game, and that is something they have to be getting better at. Also, finishing their free throws. Those are things that were trends that you saw problems with in the scrimmage, and those trends have continued here in this game. If you're the Preston Indians, I think really the big thing is keep up with the pressure defense that you've been forcing, and the fast break that this team is running right now, that you can tell they enjoy it. it, and they're definitely loving getting up and down the court. They've definitely used it to their advantage as well to get to this 3-point edge. 20-17 here at the half. We'll be back after this with the start of the second half of play. This is your Bear Lake Drug halftime show on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of November 10th through the 16th in Soda Springs. Spiral sliced hams are $1.39 a pound. 6-ounce packages of raspberries or blackberries are just $1.99. 24-ounce cans of select varieties of Hunt's pasta sauce are 89 cents each. And 18 counts of Western Family large eggs are $1.59 a pack. That's a look at just some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Second half of play, just about a minute and a half away as the Preston Indians lead at the break, 20-17 in the home opener for the Soda Springs Cardinals. 20-17. Not a score that is hard to overcome, but the Soda Springs Cardinals need to play a much cleaner style of play if they want to be able to come back in this game. I want to thank you again for joining us for our halftime show, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, where they have everything you need to get better quick and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. Give them a call at 208-847-1421. As for our schedule coming up, as we watch the two teams come up here, we have plenty of games coming up this week, including another Cardinal game. They're going to be taking on the Grace Grizzlies later on this week on Saturday. That'll be a 7:30 varsity start with a 7:10 pregame show right here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com as well. And don't forget either, tomorrow night, we're going to be traveling over to Montpelier as the Grace Grizzlies will be taking on the Bear Lake Lady Bears for the second time this season. The Lady Bears won 40-32 in the first matchup at Grace, and will be looking to try and sweep the Grizzlies for the first time in at least 2 seasons when they take them on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We will be there once again. And I also want to thank the Grace Grizzlies for sending me a couple of camera people here to run the camera for us tonight. We appreciate it, and we hope that you will be tuning in and watching our broadcast tomorrow night. Cardinals will start out on defense, I believe, to get things underway here in the second half of play, as the Preston Indians will be looking to try and build on their lead. The Cardinals lingering at center court as they'll send out their original starting 5 with Sadie Groning, Reagan Yamauchi, Kat McCullough, Taylor Myers, and Kirsten Rasmussen. Cardinals will be on the left side playing defense, as the Preston Indians will start out on offense. Their starting 5 come out as Shaylee Priestley, as well as Morgan Hall, Harley Carlisle, Paige Mosier, and Tisha Hobbs. as Hobbs will inbound the basketball, and Mosier again taking the point. Did not get much rest in that first half of play. Brings the basketball forward to the left side. Gets the ball to Priestley. Back up top to Mosier. Tries to cross over McCullough. Gets it back to Priestley. Swing pass to the top of the key. Driving into the paint and having it stripped away from her as Hobbs. 10th turnover of the game puts the Cardinals into the fast break, and laying one up and off of the back of the rim is Kat McCullough. The rebound falling to Priestley, who gives it up to Mosier to bring the basketball forward. Right to left come the Indians. To the right side, Priestley blocked into the sky by Kirsten Rasmussen, who comes out to the three-point line to defend. Yamauchi into the paint, forces contact, makes the layup. No whistle, but the Cardinals get within one. 20-19, and back up the court come the Indians with a 1-point edge. To the right side, Priestley gives off to Mosier, takes it in the corner near half court, crosses over McCullough, gets to the paint, puts up a teardrop, blocked away again by Rasmussen, but they call a foul on Kirsten as the senior gets her with the body down low, and it's a third foul for Kirsten Rasmussen. A very clean-looking block up top, but it will send Mosier to the free throw line, where so far tonight she is 1 of 2. 2 free throws coming here for the 5'7" senior. Free throw up and good. Rolls that one through the nylon and gets her to 2 for 3, 5 for 9 from the free throw line for the Preston Indians as Rasmussen comes and takes a seat on the bench. Casey Anderson back into the game. 7:05 left to go, third quarter of play. Another free throw attempt coming up for Mosier. She crouches low, fires up, and a high teardrop shot drops through. She's made her last 3, and Preston is back up by 3, 22-19. Yamauchi with the basketball, brings it forward, lands near center court, just in front of the logo before bringing it to her right. Gets a screen from Kat McCullough before passing it up and giving it to the right side, where it's tipped out of bounds by Preston. Getting a hand on it is Tisha Hobbs before it could get to Sadie Groning. Groning will start the inbounds play with 6:51 to go. She stands in front of her own bench, with the coaching staff clustered on the left side, all 5 coaches for the Cardinals, with 3 bench players. Yamauchi gets the pass, top of the key, 3-ball drained. Reagan with 8 points, 5 of them in a row here to start off the third quarter, and the Cardinals knotted up at 22 apiece. Over to the right side, Mosier back the other way for the Indians, gets it underneath the basket, where it's dribbled off of the foot of the Indians' Harley Carlisle, but luckily the Cardinals can't corral it before it dribbles out of bounds, and it stays Preston basketball. Pass inside by Hall as she tries to find Carlisle, and an over-the-back foul will be whistled on Casey Anderson, who gets her third. Aggressive defense played by Casey Anderson. That was another thing I saw in their jamboree, is they love to try and be aggressive on the defensive side. Love going for steals, and you'll see another one there. Myers almost tips it off as she flies out of the lane onto the edge into the no man's land in mid-range and cannot corral the ball, but Preston forced to inbound again. Hall left open. Box out by Groning is going to be late as she's able to get the ball up, and a rebound pulled in underneath by Carlisle. Gets her 4th board, and she's stepping to the free throw line, and Casey Anderson quickly picks up her 4th foul and sends Carlisle to the stripe as the 6-foot junior has a pair of free throws herself. She's got 2 points in the game so far, trying to double up. Cardinals will be going with a smaller lineup as Casey Smith gets set to check into the game. First free throw no good by Carlisle, and the score remains knotted up at 22 apiece. And out of the game checks Casey Anderson with a stony face look on her face as she comes to the bench. Yamauchi once again takes the baseline shot with Myers. They'll be the 2 looking for the rebound. Flags waving in the Cardinal student section as the second free throw missed, and Myers comes up with her 3rd board of the game and gives up to Groning to bring the ball forward. Cardinals like to work out of the high post whenever they've gone with this shorter lineup. They'll back the ball out as Yamauchi takes the pass from Groning, right side wing. Dribbles against the zone, tries to penetrate, pulls it out, finds Groning, who swings it to Smith. Casey holds the ball left side wing. Pass tipped. Yamauchi comes away with it, dribbles through the paint, finds McCullough, sets up for a triple off the side of the rim and out of bounds and back over to the Preston Indians. 22-22, score still stuck on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and Preston again will bring the basketball forward. Up the right side, ball tipped as it's going to be left in the middle of no man's land. Carlisle throws it to the right side corner. Hall drives in, shot short underneath the rim, rebounded by Yamauchi, who's going to be fouled about 80 feet away from her own basket, and Carlisle picks up her second. First team foul on Preston in this half, with 2 minutes and 13 seconds gone by. And with 5:47 left in the third quarter, the Cardinals will bring it forward as the sophomore Reagan Yamauchi takes the point. Drums across the logo with Mosier guarding her on the outside. Yamauchi drives to her left, pulls the dribble back out near half court before going to her left again. Continuing to be cut off by Mosier, going one-on-one, and Mosier, fantastic defense, forces a turnover with a 5-second call. First of the second half for the Cardinals. 17 turnovers as a team, though, and back over to Preston goes the basketball. 3 minutes almost gone by here as Preston to bring the ball forward. Comes center court to the left side. Hall holds the ball, finds Carlisle on the elbow, gives it to the left side corner. Bank shot missed by Tisha Hobbs and rebounded by Sadie Groning for her 6th of the game. She's working her way towards a double-double. Is halfway there after the first quarter. Over to the far side. Yamauchi, 2-ball from 19 feet, rattles in and out, and a Bear Lake Drug jump ball tied up by Carlisle. And the Soda Springs Cardinals get to keep possession, as also jumping onto the ball was Kat McCullough. Cardinals well outsized on the court right now as they have to deal with the 6-foot Carlisle as well as the 5'9" Tisha Hobbs. Into the baseline comes a pass. Cardinals will turn it over. Stolen by Mosier, and a push in the back as Preston was bringing the ball forward will be called against the Cardinals, and Taylor Myers, who gets her second. Team's 4th foul. Cardinals starting to get a little bit near to the danger zone when it comes to foul trouble with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left to go. Both of their bigs with 4 and 3 fouls respectively, with Kirsten and Anderson. Anderson with 4 as Hall takes the ball on the right side for Preston on the wing. Pass inside the paint, taken there and stepping around with a shot blocked away. The Cardinals come away with it with Taylor Myers bringing the ball forward. It'll be Groning to the top of the key as she slows the pace down. That extended 1-2-3 zone is doing wonders for the Preston Indians right now, but Cardinals trying to pass around it will almost throw the ball away and do throw the ball away. Back-to-back turnovers for the Cardinals on offensive possessions with 4:30 to go. It'll be back over to the Indians. Underneath the hoop, laying one in on a drive to the hoop. Paige Mosier gets her 5th point of the game, and Preston back up by 2. 24-22 with 4:19 to go. Yamauchi takes the ball in between the rings to the left side. Casey Smith dribbles inside the three-point line, finds Yamauchi, teardrop too strong off the back of the rim, and rebounded by Hobbs for her 4th board. She'll give the ball off, and Mosier brings it forward. Cross-court pass, finds Priestley, steps inside the three-point line after a pump fake, and crosses the ball to the right side. Into the paint, getting away with a travel before throwing the ball away is Hobbs. It will go out of bounds, last touch by Preston, and Soda Springs will get to keep possession of the basketball, or gets possession back on the turnover. Jorianne Balls will check into the game for the Soda Springs Cardinals. The 5'10" freshman getting her first minutes on the court here in quarter number 3. 2-point lead for Preston, and Preston's going to commit a foul as Carlisle gets caught out of position down low on the baseline. Harley with her 3rd foul. 24-22 with 3:45 to go, third quarter of play. And Carlisle will head over towards the bench to take a seat. Haley with 3 fouls now, trying to protect her as the junior goes to the bench. Myers to inbound the basketball, finds Casey Smith for 2. Too strong off the back of the rim. Rebound's going to be pulled in by Balls and sent to the near side for McCullough. She finds Smith, looks inside, pass to Balls once again in the paint. Lost, but gets it outside to Yamauchi. Balls needs to rotate out of the key, but a carry called as they're going to catch Yamauchi for the carry on the far side, and the Cardinals get their 20th turnover of the game with 3:30 to go in the third quarter of play. Not something you're used to seeing from a Wade Schwaneveld coach team, as the Cardinals have definitely been sloppy so far this evening. Inside the paint, the ball goes. It'll be put up in and out by Lindhart. Rebound to Yamauchi, who's fouled as he dribbles the ball up the court. Reagan with 7 rebounds so far in the game for the point guard. And subs will check in for Soda Springs as Yamauchi will get a break for the first time in the quarter, as Danny Smith as well as Sadie Groning check back into the game. Cardinals with Danny Smith, Groning, Myers, McCullough, and Balls on the court. Ball be lofted out near half court, and going for the steal is Priestley. Instead, she's going to get a lot of Taylor Myers, and Shaylee Priestley picks up her 3rd foul. And Soda Springs will watch as the Preston Indians get their 4th team foul in this half. Groning holds the ball near half court with 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Bounce pass to the near side. McCullough looks down low, now gives back up to Sadie Groning in between the circles as she will look to pass it to her right. Now bounce pass to the elbow. Inside paint, Balls looks for a layup, gets it to go. Beautiful play made by the Soda Springs Cardinals as Jorianna Balls gets herself onto the board, the freshman getting her first points of the new season. 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go in this third quarter, all knotted up at 24 apiece. To the right side, Preston drives baseline. Kick pass to the top of the key. Now they'll swing it to the right side again. Mosier starts the offense again. Looks for a screen. Now passes up instead, gives it to Hall. Swung to the near side where Josie Haslam loses possession. Out of bounds, back to Soda Springs. And the third turnover of the second half for the Indians gives the Cardinals an opportunity to bring it forward. 2:30 to go here, third quarter of play. Groning with the ball. Looks to her right now, steps up at the top of the key. Finds Danny Smith for 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound bounces right into the hands of Paige Mosier for her second of the game. On the play as well, a foul is going to be called on Danny Smith as she ends up getting her third foul and the 15th foul on Soda Springs. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left to go. 17-16 as the clock counts, and Preston brings the ball forward right to left. Hall on the baseline, drives into the hoop, puts up a little teardrop. Morgan Hall to 11 points, leads all scorers in the game. And back the other way, the Cardinals come down by a pair. 26-24 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard with 3 quarters of the third quarter gone. 2 minutes left to play, and Myers takes the ball top of the key, drives to her right, swing pass into the right side corner, taken by Groning, who lost one into the paint, taken by Balls. Jorianna can't knock down the shot. The rebound to Lindhart as she was the one who got her out of position, but passing the ball forward, gives it to Mosier, who ends up picking up a travel, and another turnover for the Preston Indians is their 4th of the half. 1 minute and 45 to go, and another opportunity for the Cardinals to inbound. Sadie Groning takes the ball in between the circles again, drives to her left, and is going to be fouled, and Mosier picks up the foul, and she's starting to get a little bit frustrated out there on the court as she didn't like the travel call earlier, and now she definitely did not like the call of reaching in. 5 team fouls for Preston as the Cardinals inbound. Far side, and they'll throw it away. Picked off this time by Hall. She'll run the break to the near side wing. Now pulls it back out, and they'll reset the offense. Topping up into the top of the key. Mosier gets it to Hall, down to the far side. Alder gets it back around, and they'll restart the offense with Mosier at the top of the key. 1 minute and 21 seconds to go. Goes to the near side, tries to pass it to the wing. Cut off by McCullough, but the Indians will keep possession. Alder puts up a jumper from 17 feet, no good. Haslam with her first board of the game, gives it to Mosier, steps into the paint, teardrop short, gets it right back, can't find the shot on the second opportunity. Rebound still loose on the ground and is going to go out of bounds to the Preston Indians. Very aggressive play by Preston, a very attacking play as they continue to drive the ball into the painted area of the court. With 1 minute and 1 second to go in the third quarter, clinging to a 2-point lead. They had a 3-point lead entering the second half. Preston again inbounds. Has taken the ball top of the key. This time Christensen, the 5'4 junior, passes the ball off. Lindhart gets it outside to Hall, who splashes home a triple. Morgan, with her first 3 of the game, is up to 14 points, and it's a 5-point edge for Preston. Soda Springs back the other way. Danny Smith throws to Groning, throws it away. Groning slow to get to the ball, laid up and off the front of the rim by Christensen. And a foul is going to be called on the rebound attempt. This goes against Preston, and Josie Haslam, she goes over the back of Danny Smith. And Sadie Groning will check out as Yamauchi checks in with 29.6 seconds to go in the third quarter. 29-24, and back the other way come the Cardinals. Yamauchi crosses the timeline. 2 players guarding her outside, catches a screen from McCullough. Bounce pass to the right side where Smith fires one inside to Myers. Up to the free throw line. Yamauchi shoots a shot up short, can't knock it down, and the rebound is going to go off the fingertips of Myers, out of bounds to the far side and back into the hands of Preston, who lead by 5. Largest lead of the second half for them, 29-24. They've led so far tonight by as many as 8, as the Cardinals will try and force them into a 10-second violation. Ball lofted forward, and instead they'll turn it over as it goes off of Lindhart's hands, and the Cardinals force their 14th turnover on the Preston Indians tonight. with 5.5 seconds to go. Clock did not start on the inbounds play, and the officials noticed that as they're going to restart things. And getting set to check in is Casey Smith. I think they let Casey Smith in early. Only 5.5 seconds left here in your third quarter of play. As the Cardinals waiting to inbound the basketball, down by 5. Preston has won every quarter so far in this game. They won the first 12-8. They won the second quarter 8-6. They've been winning this quarter 9-7. Cardinals looking to try and change that as it'll be up to Taylor Myers to inbound the basketball. Gets the ball, gets it up ahead to Danny Smith, almost picked off on the inbounds. 3 seconds to go. Smith gets it up ahead. Yamauchi at the buzzer, puts it up, banks it home. Reagan Yamauchi drops home the buzzer beater, and the Cardinals cut the deficit to 2. 29-27, and we'll be back with your fourth quarter of play on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caribou County Athletics are being brought to you by Bear River Head Start, where they are now accepting applications for preschool. Call 435-755-0181 and enroll your 3- or 4-year-old children today.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
Preston starts out the second half of play with the basketball and will turn it over 6 seconds into the quarter. Cardinals getting a buzzer-beating shot from Reagan Yamauchi on the far side of the court in order to get this to a 2-point game, 27-29. They're down by 2 with the basketball. Yamauchi to the right side, gives up top to Danny Smith. Inside, Rasmussen kicks it outside to Smith and gives it to her sister. Danny puts up a shot from the 6-foot mark outside the paint. Myers can't knock home a putback shot, and the rebound's pulled down by Haslam as the Indians will come back up the court the other way to the right side. It'll be taken and put up top to Christensen as the Indians will slow the pace down, up by 2. 7 minutes and 21 seconds to go. Ball almost thrown away, but picked up by Hall as she quickly recovers. The senior centers the ball up, but then throws the ball away. So another turnover for Preston as up the court come the Cardinals. Yamauchi tries to drive in and pulls the ball back outside on the left side wing. Double team there as they look for the trap, poke the ball away. Jump ball's going to be whistled. No, a foul's going to be whistled on Taylor Myers as she gets her third. And Coach Wade Schwanevelt not happy with his team's passing as they have continued to turn the ball over. That is their 6th turnover of the half, 22nd of the game. 16 fouls on the Cardinals as well, 16 fouls on the Indians with 6 minutes and 57 seconds to go in this fourth quarter of play, and we are going to be in the bonus the rest of the way for either team. Ball onto the outside. To the near side it comes once again as Haslam passes around to Hall, almost thrown away, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Preston. They turn the ball over to the Cardinals as neither team wants to score in this second half of play, as the fourth quarter is 1 minute and 19 seconds into it now. 6:41 to go, and Reagan Yamauchi will bring the ball forward. Comes up across the timeline again. Gets a screen from Danny Smith, a high screen near half court to Casey Smith. She pump fakes, drives baseline, steps around, loses the ball, and then touches it as she's standing on the baseline and turns it back over to Preston again. 4 straight turnovers for these two teams with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in your fourth quarter of play. Preston inbounds the basketball, and bringing it forward will be Mosier as the senior will try to collect some composure for the Preston team. Passes to the near side. Hall gives it off into the left side corner to Alder. The sophomore gives it back around to Hall. Swings it up top of the key. Sydney Selly will give it off to the right side. Mosier back up top to Hall. Swings it back to Selly. Tries to step into the paint. Kicks it up top of the key once again. And Mosier will slow the pace down. Looks to her left. Dribbles right. Steps in. Finds a wide open Lindhurst, who puts up a shot too strong off of the backboard. Rebounded by Anderson. The Cardinals will bring it forward. Yamauchi dribbles it back and forth across the center line, though, as she was cut off at the top of the free throw at the half-court stripe by Mosier and turns it right back over to the Indians. A timeout's going to be taken while we talk things over here. No score yet in the fourth quarter, 29-27, still a 2-point game. Back after this on a 30-second timeout on KVRV, The Bear, and MyLocalRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever. And to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us. And the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Just about 6 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Cardinals down by a pair to the Preston Indians on their opening home game of the season. In front of what is a decent home crowd. Not necessarily the best, but we hope that you'll be turning out more as the season goes on. Preston opens up with the basketball, working right to left, and Reagan Yamauchi gets baited into a steal attempt of Sydney Selly, and will send Sydney to the free throw line for 1-and-1 free throws. And you don't like to see that when you're 24 feet away from the hoop at the top of the key against a junior who has not played until this fourth quarter. 5 minutes and 47 seconds to go as Selly's 1-and-1 free throw. The front end drops down and good. She gets her first basket of the evening. 3-point lead now, 30-27. Preston's led by as many as 5 in this second half. Second free throw good, makes it a 4-point lead. And Preston moves to 4 for 6 in the second half of play from the line. Right side, Smith throws the ball away, and then Rasmussen is going to get tripped into Lindhart on the baseline. She's going to pick up her fourth foul. And the Preston Indians will bring the basketball forward. They're going to say it was an offensive foul, so no free throws for Lindhurst. Pass to the near side as Preston will go up to the top of the key to Selly. All the way around, Lindhurst gets it around to the near side. Selly for 3, airballs it over the hoop, hits off of the backboard to Sadie Groning. She'll bring it forward as the freshman, who's been held quiet in the second half of play, finds Rasmussen to the right side. Smith into a cutting Yamauchi, who finds Rasmussen, who's fouled on the play. Picking it up is Mosier, and she gets her fourth as the senior is one foul away from being knocked out of this game. And Kirsten Rasmussen will step to the free throw line for a pair. She's been held scoreless in the game so far to this point, and the first free throw rattles out, and that 0 remains beside her name in the score category. 5 minutes and 16 seconds left to go. And another attempt coming up for Rasmussen as Kirsten steps up, fires up, and drops it down. She's got 1 point and 4 boards in the game. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go. 3-point lead for Preston. They have the ball as Mosier takes the point and travels with the basketball, turning it back over to Soda Springs for the 17th time in the ballgame. 5:10 to go, and back once again to Soda Springs goes the ball. They'll work left to right. Yamauchi takes the point, down by 3. Guarded and picked up by an extended zone as they'll move it over to Sadie Groning on the far side. Rasmussen takes the ball at the free throw line, finds Smith, 23-foot, 3-point ball, dropped home as Casey's first triple of the season, knots it up at 31 apiece. The Cardinals using the long ball to get back into this game. They've hit 3 of them so far in this second half of play. To the right side, Preston with the basketball. Mosier takes it on the right side, now hands the ball off. No, keeps her dribble, in fact, and brings it to the top of the key. To the right side at the elbow. Passes it off to Hall on the wing before giving it up top where it's Selly, who pump fakes, steps to the free throw line. Swung to the right side. Mosier left all alone for 3, but short off the front of the rim. Rebound bounces into the hands of Selly, who fires up a shot and is fouled as she'll step to the line for another 2 free throws. Foul this time picked up by Casey Smith. It's her first. And it sends her, Selly that is, to the free throw line. Free throw up and good. She remains perfect on the evening. And the Preston Indians going 9 for 15. and make that 9 for 16, as the second free throw misses. Up the court comes Yamauchi with the basketball, looks to pass it off, finds Rasmussen 16 feet away on the extended wing. Passes it to the right side where Smith is going to get the ball, but a foul called first, and Rasmussen again steps up to the free throw line as Sydney Selly picks up her first foul and sends Kirsten to the stripe where she is 1 of 2, both coming here in this fourth quarter. 4:17 to go, 32-31. Preston up by a single point as they will sub out Alder. Into the game goes Tasha Hobbs. Kat McCullough will check into the game for the Cardinals, and Casey Anderson with 4 fouls will take a seat on the bench as well. Anderson the only Cardinal with 4 fouls. Rasmussen with 3 fouls, as does Taylor Myers and Danny Smith. All of them with 3 as the first free throw up and good for Kirsten. And she earns another chance at the line, a chance to give the Cardinals what would be their first lead in the game. Preston, in their last game, they took on Burley, ended up giving up a fourth quarter run in that game. And here they give up a fourth quarter run to the Cardinals that gives the Cardinals a lead. 33-32, first lead of the game for the Cardinals. Halfway through the fourth quarter, and the Cardinals, as the Indians bringing the ball up the court, will see another foul called. This one goes on Sadie Groning. It's her second. It's a costly one, though, as Mosier will get a chance to step up to the free throw line, where she is 3 of 4 with 1-and-1 attempts. Crowd quiets. And the first free throw, no good. Cardinals keep the lead as Yamauchi has the ball bounce out to her in the rebound. She's got 8 of them. Pass to the near side. McCullough picks up her ball and goes over to the far side where Yamauchi dribbles it out. Trying to get into the paint. Reagan steps back, 19-footer, short off the front of the rim. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Lindhart, who gets her 5th, and she is going to double dribble with the basketball, bringing it up. Nobody near her, and a very costly unforced error coming from the sophomore, who gives it back to the Cardinals with 3 minutes and 53 to go with a 1-point edge for Soda Springs. 33-32, and Rasmussen to inbound the basketball from the baseline on the right side. Yamauchi takes it, 16-foot jumper splashes down. Reagan's got 10 points in the second half, 13 in the game, and she's leading the Cardinals to a victory here from behind as the Preston Indians throw the ball away, coming back the other side. And coming up with a court is your Matt Rasmussen with the steal. Yamauchi with the pass up ahead to a circus shot from Casey Smith, who drops it down on a teardrop, and the Cardinals on a 6-0 run take a 5-point lead, 37-32. Timeout taken by Preston. It's a full one. We'll take one as well on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
We talked about it in the Bear Lake Drug halftime show that the Soda Springs Cardinals needed to find a way in order to avoid turning the ball over and change that stat around. They have in this second half. They've turned it over 8 times, which is not a good number, but Preston has turned it over 10 times, and the Soda Springs has used those turnovers in order to get themselves a 5-point edge, 37-32 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Soda Springs on the court will be going with Rasmussen, McCullough, Yamauchi, Smith, and Groning. Preston will have the basketball with 3.5 minutes to go. 37-32. The Cardinals on top by 5 points in this game so far. Inbound play is going to be taken forward by Paige Mosier. Full court pressure being applied by the Cardinals as they go into their traditional full court press. Far side Hall gets the ball into the middle of the paint and then thrown away by the Indians as Sadie Groning comes away with the steal, gives off to Yamauchi to bring it forward. Reagan comes to the right side. Casey Smith looks down low into the paint before dribbling to her right and giving the ball off to Groning. Bounce pass onto the baseline, finding Yamauchi left side elbow, and she'll back it out. Groning gives it to Smith again, steps to the three-point line, into the three-point line, into the hoop, and lays it up, but it's blocked away. Rebounded, though, by McCullough. as Cat feeds it to Yamauchi to Smith. And Casey Smith knocks home the deuce from the far side. Foot was on the line. She's got 9 points in the game, 39-32. Right side, Preston skips a pass to the left side as they'll move it into the middle of the paint, driving through and passing it back outside is going to be Hobbs. To the near side, up for three. Shaylee Priestley gets her first triple of the game. She's got 7. It's 39-35, back to a 4-point game. Preston not going away easily. It'll be Yamauchi to bring the basketball forward. She crosses over as she slows the pace down. To her right, gets a screen from Sadie. Now skips a pass to the far side where McCullough holds the ball in the left wing. Skip pass, back to the other side, goes off of the hands of Groning to Smith. Back to the left side, Cardinals rotating around or moving around this 3-2 zone, and then they'll throw the ball away, still loose on the ground, and a foul's going to be called against the Cardinals and Kirsten Rasmussen as she picks up her 4th. 4 fouls on Kirsten Rasmussen, 10 team fouls. And to the free throw line for 2 free throws goes Paige Mosier. The Cardinals pick up their 9th turnover of the game. 2 big free throws here with 2:07 left to go. 39-35, the Cardinals up by 4. And the free throw up and no good. That time from Paige Moser. She's missed her last 2 and is 3 for 6 now from the free throw line, shooting at 50%. And the Indians as a team 3 for 7 in this 4th quarter. Those 4 missed free throws big as they're down by 4. Another free throw up. This one is no good as well. Rasmussen pulls down the rebound, and back the other way comes Soda Springs. Groning will slow the pace down. 2:01 to go. Double team out near half court. She's going to be fouled. No, a timeout's going to be taken. And the Cardinals will save possession barely, and livid about the timeout being called is Kimber Hall. He says that did not come in time, and he will have to go to his huddle and relay his frustration to his team and motivate them as we have less than 2 minutes to go, and the Cardinals have that 4-point edge in the basketball. Back after this on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Welcome back out to the Birds Cage here at the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. 39-35, they lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Preston almost stole the ball away, but a quick timeout called by Coach Wade Schwanevelt saves possession with 1:56 to go, and the Cardinals with the ball. Yamauchi gets it to Groning near side on the edge of the sideline, almost steps out of bounds and lofts a pass to the right side to Anderson. Cardinals stretching out this 2-3 defense as Anderson will take the ball inside, throws the ball off of the Indians and keeps possession of the Cardinals on the near sideline. 1:41 left to go, and the inbounds will be started by Rasmussen on the near side. Again, the Cardinals not putting anybody in the painted area right now as they're just going into clock kill mode against this defense. Yamauchi with the ball again, catches a screen from Smith, now goes back towards Smith on the left side before backing it out. Trying to get some space, passes off to Smith as Mosier's going to come out and defend Smith now. Gets it to Groning, back to Smith. Cardinals milking off clock, 1:23 left to go, up by 4, 39-35. Bounce pass back to Smith. To the left side, Smith gets a screen from Yamauchi, skips a pass to Groning. Not even trying to pass the ball down low, and as I said, still nobody in the paint as Yamauchi steps through, passes the ball off to Groning just before traveling. Gets it back, looks to step in, now picks up her dribble, tied around by 3 Indians. We're to 1 minute left to go, and a foul finally is going to be called as Shaylee Priestley is going to reach in and grab Sadie Groning and send the freshman to the free throw line. 1-and-1 free throws for the last time for the Cardinals with 1 minute exactly to go. And Shaylee Priestley picks up her 5th foul of the game as she is done for the night. And she ends up closing out with 7 points and 2 rebounds. And a timeout will be taken, a 30-second timeout taken by the Preston Indians as Again, Coach Kimber Hall wanting to talk things over, taking over a Preston team that, as I said, went 11-13 last season at the 4A ranks, but was in a very tough district as they had to get through Rigby to try and get to the state championships. But this year they're already off to a good start, 56-43 against Burley. But I was talking with him before the game started, and he was saying, you know, this team, they're still learning how to win, and they showed that against Burley as they gave up a run. They had a double-digit lead. Burley cut it down to 4 before they finally ended up winning the game by 13. So this team's still trying to figure out how to close games out, and that is evident here as they have been outscored in this final quarter of play by a hefty sum of 6 points. And the first free throw up and good by Sadie Groning on the 1-and-1. She'll earn another one. She's got 6 points to go with her 7 rebounds. 40-35, Cards up by 5. Second free throw up. That one sits on the rim before falling off. Lindhart pulls down the rebound and will be back up the court with the Indians in possession. Christensen looks to the paint, finds Lindhart, puts up a jumper too strong off of the backboard. Rebound back into her hands. That's missed. She gets another chance and fouled on the third opportunity. What a job in the paint by Liz Lindhart of the Preston Indians to fight down that basketball twice and earn herself a trip to the line as Taylor Myers picks up her 4th foul for the Cardinals, and the free throw short off the front of the rim. Cardinals will sub back in, defense for offense, as they are going to put Rasmussen and Smith back onto the court for a little bit more height down low on the offensive end. Myers checked out, as did another Cardinal. I missed the number. Second free throw, no good. Lindhart tied up, and a Bear Lake Drug jump ball will give possession over to Soda Springs. And the Cardinals, with 43.7 seconds left to go, will have to maneuver the full court man-to-man pressure being applied by the Lady Indians. Rasmussen to inbound the basketball. Finds Yamauchi cutting on the baseline. Now she'll bring the ball up the court herself, hesitates and forces Mosier into a foul. That's Mosier's 5th. She's done for the night, and it sends Reagan Yamauchi to the free throw line. She has already had a fantastic evening with 13 points and looks to add to that total with 2 free throws coming up. Mosier in her right, the second Indian to foul out of the game, finishes with 5 points and 2 rebounds on the night, shooting 3 of 6 from the free throw line. 40-35 with Yamauchi to the line. First one no good. Rolls off to the right side. The Cardinals shooting 4 of 7 here in this 4th quarter of play. Not the best night from the free throw line for Soda Springs. That was a big thing they needed to work on from last year even, as the second free throw misses as well. And Tesha Hobbs pulls in the rebound. She's got her 5th of the game, and a timeout taken by the Preston Indians. We'll take a timeout with them and be back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Almost through here. First game of the season for the Soda Springs Cardinals. 3rd game of our coverage this season on KBRV 800 The Bear. Thanks again for joining us throughout this evening, and we hope you will join us throughout this season as the Cardinals look to continue to have their success against the opposition. This is one of the toughest tests they were going to face all year. The 4A Preston Indians, a team on the rise. They lead by 5, 40-35. The Indians down, and the Indians will throw the ball away. Groning stripping a pass out of the air. She will be fouled by Christensen, who was intended for the pass from Lindhart, and that is going to send Sadie Groning to the free throw line. She's 1 of 2 so far in this quarter, and 1 of 2 tonight. Cardinals missed their last 3 free throw attempts. Sadie, the freshman, in and out. Can't knock home the free throw. 4 straight misses at the line for Soda Springs. Schwanevelt asking them to calm down, breathe. She knows she can make it. Second free throw up, no good as well. Lindhart again with the rebound. She's got 5 just in this quarter, 9 in the game. To the near side, airballing a shot, maybe just kissing off of the rim is the shot coming from Selly. Rebounded on the backside by Groning, and she'll be fouled once again by the Indians and head back to the other side. Foul this time picked up by Morgan Hall, who gets her first of the game. Groning steps to the line for another 2. She's missed her last 3. The Cardinals have missed her last 5. 23.4 seconds to go. You can close this game out if you just make a few of them, and Sadie makes this one, making it a full 2-possession game. 6-point lead for Soda Springs. One more 3-possession game would be an almost insurmountable mountain to try and climb. Second free throw up. That one is good as well. Sadie now up to 8 points on the night as Preston pushes the ball up the court. Lofted pass taken by Christensen. 3-point basket off the right side, no good. And a jump ball is going to be called, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, with Preston in possession of the basketball. So they will get to inbound underneath their own hoop with just under 15 seconds to go. 14.8 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Hall slaps the basketball, passes it in, putting up a quick shot is Hobbs, and she's going to step to the free throw line for another pair. Foul will go on Casey Anderson in her Cardinal debut. She will foul out with 0 points and 2 rebounds on the night. One of the 2 seniors for the Soda Springs Cardinals, as she'll take a seat on the bench after quickly getting a word from Coach Schwanevelt. First free throw up and no good by Tisha Hobbs. And we'll have one more coming up for the Preston Indians. And excuse me, they're going to say there was a lane violation on that free throw. So 2 free throws coming up, and the front end is good. So the lane violation buys an extra one for Tisha Hobbs, 42-36 with 13.6 seconds to go. Wonder if she's going to miss this one to try and give them an extra opportunity. Free throw up, no good. Rebounded by Casey Smith, and she will bring the basketball forward, crossing the timeline. Goes backcourt maybe, but the ball never crossed, and the Cardinals will look to dribble this one out. Yamauchi brings it up to the top of the key, and after trailing by as many as 7 in the first half of play, Soda Springs comes away with the win, and the Cardinals will end up getting themselves to a 1-0 start. We'll be back with our post-game show after this on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com, and we'll get you all the stats from the first half of play and the second half of play on KBRV The Bear and mylocalradio.com.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of November 10th through the 16th in Soda Springs. Spiral sliced hams are $1.39 a pound. 6-ounce packages of raspberries or blackberries are just $1.99. 24-ounce cans of select varieties of Hunt's pasta sauce are 89 cents each. And 18 counts of Western Family large eggs are $1.59 a pack. That's a look at just some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Big win for the Soda Springs Cardinals as they open up the season with a victory over the Preston Lady Indians on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, 42-36. A come-from-behind win for the Soda Springs Cardinals as well in this game, as they ended up putting on quite their performance in the contest, but really it came down to free throw shooting in the back half of this game, as Preston went 4 of 12 at the free throw line in the fourth quarter of play. Could never quite find a rhythm at the stripe. On the other hand, the Soda Springs Cardinals ended up going 6 of 12 at the free throw line and ended up putting 15 points onto the board in the fourth quarter for their best quarter of the night. The Cardinals also really were able to dominate on the rebounding game. The only quarters they were out-rebounded in were the third and fourth quarter, but by that point in time, they already had staked themselves out to a very, very solid lead. 37 total rebounds as a team for the Soda Springs Cardinals, as they end up coming away with the victory for the night. And on the other side, 32 rebounds for the Preston Lady Indians in this contest. The Lady Indians on the night ended up shooting 10 of 24 from the free throw line, under 50%. For the Soda Springs Cardinals, it was a 7 for 16 night. Not a lot of trips to the free throw line, but they took advantage of the ones that they ended up having. As far as the turnover game is concerned, Preston with 21 turnovers, 12 of those in the second half. The Cardinals with 25 turnovers, but they limited themselves to only 9 turnovers in the second half for a much better second half performance in the contest. As far as the individual numbers are concerned, for the Soda Springs Cardinals, Reagan Yamauchi led the way. She got the comeback started in the second half, banking in a buzzer-beating 3 in the third quarter of play to give her 13 points and 8 rebounds on the night, and also to roll the Cardinals back into a 2-point game after it was a 5-point game going into that buzzer-beating shot. That was a huge momentum boost, and I think that really was when the momentum in this game turned, because Preston had just gone on a 4-0 run of their own in order to build the lead back up from 1. Other scores for the Cardinals: Casey Smith had 9 points and 2 rebounds. Sadie Groning, the freshman, a fantastic debut, 8 points and 8 rebounds. 4 points and 5 rebounds for Taylor Myers, 3 points, 5 rebounds for Kirsten Rasmussen, 3 points and 3 rebounds for Kat McCullough, and 2 points and 1 rebound for Jorianne Balls, as she ended up having a fantastic debut as well. Not a lot of playing time, but she did put in good minutes for Soda Springs while she was out there. On the other side, for the Preston Lady Indians, they were led on the night by Morgan Hall, as the 5'6" senior put up 14 points, grabbed 6 rebounds. She was very quiet in the second half, only 5 points and 1 rebound in the second half, went 3 for 5 from the free throw line as one of their better shooters from the line as well. Also scoring well, Shaylee Priestley ended up fouling out of the game with 7 points and 2 rebounds, 5 points, 2 rebounds for Paige Mosier. 2 points apiece on the game for Harley Carlisle. She had 4 rebounds. 2 points for Callie Christensen with 0 rebounds. 2 points for Liz Lindhart. She had 9 rebounds in the game for the Preston Indians, by far their leading rebounder in the game. 3 points, 1 rebound for Sydney Selly. 1 point and 6 rebounds for Tisha Hobbs, as the Preston Lady Indians come away with a good night. But again, a late fourth quarter rally by a team ends up costing them, as Soda Springs comes away with their first victory of the season to move to 1-0 on the year. We'll take a break here on KBRV The Bear. When we come back, we'll get our sports update rolling, where we'll be talking with Junior Taylor Adams of the Soda Springs wrestling team on your home for Cardinal Athletics and Caribou County Sports, mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, Silver Star makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose Silver Star. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
The Soda Springs Cardinals come away with an opening night victory against the Preston Lady Indians, 42-36 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Boys sports just getting rolling along as practice has started up this week. The boys basketball team, you can see them running some drills on the court as they're getting a late practice in tonight. As for the wrestling team, they had their practice earlier today, and they've been practicing in early mornings with some open gyms or open rooms, and they really got started earlier this week. We're going to talk with Taylor Adams, on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.
Caleb Bergraff joined here with Taylor Adams from the Soda Springs wrestling team. And Taylor, morning workouts have been going on. You've been trying to get into that shape, but the first official practice is actually here now. What does it mean when the season starts up and you actually get into the practices where the coaches can start working with you guys?
What I do is I work harder. And when we get into the wrestling room, we're going to learn a lot more.
This year's team is going to be a little bit younger than last year's team. Actually, very few seniors, no seniors on the team this year coming into it. What does that mean for you guys when you see the fact that you're going to be young but also very competitive this year and really trying to make a statement?
What it means is we're young. That means next year we'll have an even better team. Nobody's going to leave. We probably will gain more freshmen.
That's one of the other things I noticed, too, is it sounds like you have a good underclassmen group coming in as well with the sophomores that were there last year and the freshmen coming in. When you see the team starting to build up like this and realize that you're one of those leaders on that junior class, what does that do for you when you go in with the mentality? What's the mentality that you take going into these meets?
We have so many young people. When we get that better team, just like Eli said, we have the skill to take that district championship this year and next year.
This year's districts are going to be an extremely competitive one. It looks like it's a 5-horse race. You guys, Grace, Norchem, Malad, as well as Bear Lake, all are going to have very solid teams coming into it. Do you like the fact that this district is looking like it might be one of the tougher districts in the state just going into the season?
Yeah, it's tougher, which means we have to work harder.
Looking at the early season, what are some of the goals that you set for yourself in the early portion of the season, knowing that it's going to be a lot more tournaments, not necessarily as many duels? What do you look for from those tournaments?
What I'm looking for is my goals in the wrestling season this year is to at least place in a couple tournaments, not go 2 and out in the Sugar Salem. Hopefully we get to go to that this year. And districts, I'm hoping to go to state, place in districts.
One of the other big teams that you guys will be seeing throughout the years, last year's state champion, the Ryrie Bulldogs. Do you like having them on this side of the state as well, where you get to measure yourself against that team and you get to measure yourself against some of the better wrestlers?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do, because I had a Ryrie kid last year. He beat me about 15-12, and I think our team really has a chance against them. They just, like Coach Garbutt said, almost every person on their team, including their coach apparently, has six packs. So we're going to work on that.
Getting the dedication is going to be a huge thing in that. And this off season, the dedication really is starting to take a little bit of a rise. You talked about getting into the weight room. The mornings have been opened up over at the middle school as well, or over at Hooper in the wrestling room as well. Have you noticed a change in the amount of kids that are starting to show up for these morning workouts?
Oh, yeah, there's a big change. Like last year, we had like max of 7. This year, we have max of 23.
Where's the limit for this team, and where are some of the strongest weight classes that this team is going to be putting out?
I don't know if there is any limits. I think we're just going to go full bore on them. And some of the toughest weight classes, I think, is going to be the 152, the 160, and 170, and the heavyweights.
You guys will definitely have something to say by the time the year's coming to an end, and we're looking forward to the journey that takes you there. Taylor, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
That was Junior Taylor Adams here on our post-game show. And before we wrap things up, we have a chance to sit down and talk now with one of the assistant coaches for the Soda Springs Cardinals, as Sage Dixon is joining us now. And Sage, first game of the season, there's always those jitters going into the first actual game. You had the jamboree, but tonight everything starts to feel a little bit more real, and I think that might have affected the girls out there in the first half of play.
I would definitely agree. You know, they came out a little less than we thought they would, I guess. I don't want to say we were disappointed. Just we thought we would come out with a little more control.
And that's definitely something they started to gain as the night went on. The turnovers in the first half, we were talking about that a little bit.
Yeah.
16 of them in the first half, only 9 in the second half, which really, I think, showed the fact that they started to get used to the pressure that was being put. Because Preston really did apply a very good zone in that 3-2 that extended almost out to half court.
Yeah, it was a great zone. You know, we saw it in our JV game, and then varsity came out, and they even executed it better. And it just takes away options. They smother that point guard in those wings, and they can't see the open girl. So there might be 3 girls there, but we can't find our open girl.
Couple other things to look at in the late part of this game. Reagan Yamauchi, only 3 points and 5 rebounds in the first half. I think she wasn't necessarily trying to assert herself early. She was trying to let other players maybe make some moves. But then the fourth quarter, she ends up scoring 8 points. She really started to try and put the team on her back in that fourth quarter. And I think that showed with the 13 points, 8 rebounds that she ended up tonight with.
Yeah, she kind of found her groove a little. You know, we watched her last year as a freshman. I don't want to say not struggle, but search for her role and her place and what we needed her to do. This year she comes in, and I think she's found it. I think it took her half a game this season to figure out, you know, what we need Reagan to do.
The other one I was really impressed with through the whole game, Sadie Groning. The only quarter she didn't score in was the third quarter. 8 rebounds, and for a guard to come in there as a freshman against a 4A school with girls inside the paint that are 6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah.
Fantastic job for her coming out here in her first game.
Awesome. You know, if you'd watched our team and you would try and pick out which ones were freshmen and which ones are seniors, I think you would have been incredibly surprised, because Sadie was one, she just came out and played like, I know how to play basketball, and that's what we needed her to do.
We'll ask you one more question. You guys got 2 more nights before you guys take on Grace.
Yeah.
A little bit of not necessarily the test that Preston showed you guys, but still, it's always an in-county rivalry.
Yeah.
The biggest question I have is the inside post players, Kirsten Rasmussen, Casey Anderson.
Yeah.
Total tonight, 3.7 rebounds between the two of them.
Yeah.
And all 3 points coming at the free throw line late in the game when Kirsten was fouled, when Preston was trying to get there. How do you get them more involved?
Well, it will help when you do play a team that is a little smaller. I think they did get a little intimidated by tall girls, and then they're going to have to find some self-discipline, both of them. You know, it's hard to score when you're sitting on the bench because you have 3 fouls or 4.
Definitely is that, and they got into foul trouble early, and I think the girls handled the foul trouble well. Good job on the coaching staff as well for leading them from behind, and we appreciate you coming up and talking with us.
Yep.
We'll wish them the best of luck as they move on. And as for us, we are going to be back on the air on Thursday night, tomorrow night, when Grace takes on Bear Lake at Bear Lake. We'll be heading over to Montpelier for that game. And we will also be looking for the game against Soda Springs and Grace on Saturday. We'll be bringing you that game as well from Grace High School at the Grizzly Den. That does it for me here. We'll wrap things up, and we'll be back on air tomorrow night at 6:40 on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Girls Basketball on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Local sports have been brought to you by Hunziker Ford, Monsanto, and Silver Star Communications. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. We'd also like to thank our sales team of Julie Burley and Kim Miller, as well as our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, website manager, Garrett Wharf, and chief photographer, Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors and to you as well for tuning in. Be sure to visit mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs for archived copies of games and past interviews with players and coaches from across the county. And until the next time the teams of Caribou County take to the hardwood, goodbye and good night.